Hey YouTube, it's Brian again, coming at you today with just kind of an update video on a few of the different tanks. Some of the tanks that I don't show as often anymore, and it's not because they're not necessarily my favorites, but just haven't really made many changes and stuff. Like with my African tank here, I still love this tank. I mean, it's awesome. It's set up pretty much the way I want it now. Everything's been going smooth for a while, knock on wood. The only thing I'm thinking about is maybe getting rid of the crushed coral and just going with sand. But as you can see, some of these guys are really growing. This OB here is looking nice. Big Sexy is always looking nice. He's got his dominant colors on right now. The other Venustus is looking good. Female Venustus hasn't been holding since the last time, but next time I see her holding, I'm going to separate her again and get some more fry. Both VC10s are looking killer. Yeah, I mean, things are just going good for the most part. Some of these guys I'm going to get out of the tank that aren't coloring up. I'm assuming I've kind of fallen off my African cichlid game a little bit, but I'm assuming like this guy here and this guy in the back, that maybe they're females, or maybe they're just not going to color up. This guy's looking awesome right here. So is this OB here. I really like this OB, kind of a different colored one. Anyway, what I was saying, so let me know, guys. Some of you guys that know more about Africans than I do, are some of these ones that aren't coloring up, are they females, or are they just not coloring up because of whatever the circumstances are? This guy right here, I bought this guy in the back here. He was probably an inch, and he's just slowly growing over time, and he is going to be just a stunner. He's already becoming one, but he's going to just look great. And where are my Rusties? These two Rusties, you may remember, same. I think they were less than an inch, maybe an inch, I don't know, when I got them. I paid like $1.50 a piece for them, and they hang out together all the time. They've grown out, they're just, especially the bigger one, looking to be real nice fish. So yeah, that's what's going on in this tank. Electric Blue Ali right here. The bigger of the two Dragon Bloods. So yeah, I'll show you the next tank that I wanted to kind of give you an update on. Alright, so here we are at the 90-gallon Hoga tank, Amphilophilus Hoga boomerangs. Everything's still doing good. They're still picking on each other from time to time. This one just got a split in the tail. Must have been over the last day. I was thinking this morning that the one mark she had on her tail is healing up nicely, and then that shows up. His tail mark or nip out of the tail is healing up. I'm not sure if so much of it was coming from one another, or if those tinfoil barbs I had in there were nipping when I wasn't around. But anyway, to eliminate that problem, I finally got rid of them. I felt I didn't need dithers in here anymore now, because they seem to be getting along great. They like to, I just did a tank clean yesterday, gravel vac and everything. They like to dig up in this corner here and kind of hang out there. The female's a little bit skittish at times. The male's, he's a beast. Really digging their coloration on them. Just beautiful. Really happy I got these fish. There's been a couple times where I've almost was going to get rid of them due to the frustration that they weren't, I needed a divider in there, and then I saw other fish out there that I thought would be cool to have. I'm glad I've held on to them, and I don't see myself getting rid of these guys anytime soon now. So I'm just hoping that they will mate. That would be sweet to get some offspring off of these guys and make them available to people out there. But yeah, kind of rescaped the tank. If I'm not sure if I've shot a video, but just kind of got the one piece of driftwood now, and then a few rocks over here. I took out my under gravel. I just wanted to get as much crap, so the tubes are out now, but I'm kind of regretting it. with a cichlid tank, I've always had under gravels and a canister. With the under gravel now, I really notice the excess debris floating around that usually would go to the bottom. You know, whether it be fish food or poop. You know, you just don't have that force sucking downwards, so there's a lot more floating particles, it seems like, than what I'm used to. But, you know, whatever. I'll leave it for the time being. And then I'll show you guys, this tank is pretty dirty. It doesn't take long for this to dirty up. I've got a ton of fry in here from the Venustus and another hybrid. Two different cycles of Venustus fry in here, or two different spawns, whatever you want to say. But this tank gets dirty fast. I've got it way overstocked. I know that. These guys are going to be going in a 55 real soon. But as you can see, some of these Venustus are getting big enough where, you know, I might start shipping these out if people are interested. The only problem is right now it's, you know, middle of November and I'm in Minnesota, so you know, with a heat pack they should be fine. But if anyone is interested in some Venustus, let me know. I'm not in the business of selling fish, and I don't think I ever will be, but these were kind of an experiment. I thought since the Venustus female was holding, I'd raise up some fry for the first time, so we'll see. But anyway, like I say, they're all going in a 55 real soon. The Dragon Blood hybrid over here are coming along nicely too. They'll be going into a bigger tank. You can see my messy basement, but I picked up this 55 double stand, so I'm going to get a 55 on top and put the 40 long planted on the bottom, and then it'll go in place where the 40 is. Then I also picked up a stand for 2 10-gallons. I'm going to do some shrimp breeding in those. And finally, the 40 long. Don't show this a lot. Finally, this thing's been way, if you've seen any recent videos, it's just way overplanted, and it was kind of my dumping grounds, and I sold a ton of plants out of it out there on a Plant-A-Tank forum, and also I've brought some into some of my local fish stores for store credit. So now it's not escaped, but I'm kind of using it as a grow out tank still. I'm growing a big wad of pearl weed right here that's taken off from just a little clump. Bunch of dwarf sage. I got a couple of pieces of downeye, pogostamen helferide that I got from Mr. Honey to You back a few months ago, and they just hadn't been doing much. Look at this one here. I mean, compared to the size of my finger, those of you guys that know about downeye, pretty nice big piece. Those hadn't done much for forever, but they just weren't getting light, I think, and with CO2 now in this tank, they just have really started taking off. So that's cool. Some of my smaller Anubias that were once in my discus tank I've got down here, and they've just been taken off. Piece of Java fern. Got a little dwarf hairgrass over here and some HM that I got as little samples with some plants that I bought or traded on forums, whatever. That's kind of cool too when you do that on the forums. Sometimes people throw in a little extra, or they say, hey, I'll get you some samples, whatever. Got some Hygro Japan taken off, little Glosso in there, blah blah blah, Rotala, Bacopa, some Stargrass, a little teeny bit of Hygro Sunset I still kept just so I don't completely get rid of it. I don't know why I'm holding on to it, but yeah, so that's how this tank is going. So it looks a little bit better now that I've gotten a lot of plants out there and trimmed it down. I've got a couple of Bosmani rainbows, some Australian rainbows. Got a nice school of bloodfin tetras. They're kind of split up right now, but here's a few of them over here. And a few white clouds. And these white clouds, see this smaller one here? That was fry literally less than a month ago. It's growing really fast, but they've had fry a couple times on me, and they don't always survive, but that one did. I've been kind of keeping my eye on them. But anyway, that's what's going on, folks. Let me know what you think. Like I say, I I guess I'm about ready that I could probably start shipping some venustas. I don't need to. Kind of would like to grow them out a little bit more actually, so I can start seeing some coloration in them and stuff. But Hogas are doing good. Really liking these guys lately. They've been what's keeping my attention even a little bit more than my discus. But yeah, so guys, thanks for watching again, and sorry the video got to be so long here, but rate, comment, subscribe. I don't know, on Google Plus, what's it called? Is it friending somebody or putting me in your circle or whatever? Go ahead and find me out on there too. That whole deal is, I guess, necessary now so that we can comment back and forth on YouTube. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Later.